breaking news, Nigerians. As the plot for Akpabio's removal thickens, some Niger Delta youths have issued stern warnings to those that are calling for the impeachment of the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, they've noted that any attempt to attack or impeach Godswill Akpabio will face serious consequences, says the Niger Delta youth, as they reject calls for the impeachment of the Nigerian Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, the call for the removal of the Senate President Akpabio follows his statement regarding the ongoing nationwide protest against the current administration led by President Bola Tinubu, where he addressed residents of Port Harcourt, urging them to stay at home and to enjoy themselves rather than partake in the hunger protests. However, in a video posted by Arise News, the president of the Niger Youth Council, Jonathan, while reading a submission, noted that any attempt to attack or impeach the Senate President Godswill Akpabio will be met with serious consequences. And according to him, he had made this warning that those that would dare go against their wish and their demands will surely hear it hot. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this? This is actually interesting because I find these threats as, a mere joke, because Akpabio is the one that put himself in this situation. He is the one that put himself in the tight spots that made Nigerians to call for his impeachment. Had it been Akpabio knows how to control his utterances, had it been he knew how to control the words that comes out of his mouth, then all these calls wouldn't have sprung up in the first place. Nobody would have been talking about his impeachment. But because he speaks carelessly, that is why people are now calling for his impeachment, because he has embarrassed Nigerians in a whole lot of way. And many people see him as him being childish or not matured enough to represent the interests of Nigerians, thus calling for his impeachment because of his lack of intelligence, because of his impatience, and because of his utterances and his lack of empathy on Nigerians. So, I don't know why these guys are defending Akpabio, but then I'm sure that it may somehow affect the South, because if they should impeach Godswill Akpabio, who would they bring next? They might bring a Northerner, and the South, the Niger Delta, they may kick against it. The Niger Delta region may kick against it. They wouldn't want such a thing. That's why they are calling for the retainment of Akpabio. And Akpabio has done Tinubu a whole lot. Akpabio has really worked for Tinubu. Akpabio has assisted the president, the federal government. No objections from his rule. Everything coming from the executive, Akpabio approves at a go. So he hasn't been an obstruction to Tinubu's administration. He hasn't been an obstruction to Tinubu's government ever since he emerged as the Senate President. He has been doing quite well in satisfying the interests of the president. And Tinubu will not see to the impeachment of Akpabio. Tinubu will not let it happen. You know why? Because Akpabio is there to do his bidding. And moreover, the APC has majority of senators in the Senate. So how would that be possible? It would be possible. Those that are plotting impeachment plot against Akpabio would not work, except it's the APC senators that are coming together to say, okay, Akpabio must go. And then they conduct or they pass a vote of no confidence on Akpabio, and then they impeach him. That's the only way Akpabio can be impeached, with the majority of votes from the Senate. But since the APC has the majority of votes, it might not be possible. it won't be possible to have Akpabio impeached or removed. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Tinubu wouldn't want to put himself in that situation of impeaching Akpabio because Akpabio's impeachment attracts a lot of consequences. So yes, they are not far from the truth, but this seems like a threat. But nobody has talked about impeaching Akpabio. They've only been calls for Akpabio's impeachment because of his utterances, but Tinubu has not made any move in regards to seeing to Akpabio's impeachment whatsoever. They've not made any move. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? They only spoke on their interest that their own should not be removed or replaced. Akpabio is there and is there to stay until they conduct another election, which is why the Niger Delta youth are rejecting the calls for the impeachment of the Senate President Godswill Akpabio under Tinubu's regime, because the calls for his impeachment increased when he said that others will go out and protest, that he will be at home enjoying and eating, and this really sparked outrage amongst Nigerians. This also followed his other utterances that Nigerians do not find pleasing to the ears, thus called for the suspension or the resignation of Godswill Akpabio. But that we know may not be possible because Tinubu will not allow it. Tinubu practically placed Akpabio in that position as the Senate President. Tinubu, who went around lobbying to other senators that they should please allow Akpabio to lead. They should vote for Akpabio. That was how Akpabio got into that position, because of Tinubu's full endorsement. He had the full backings of the president. And now that he is there to support the president in every move he make. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? However, Nigerians have reacted. So much threat in Nigerian politics. Politics now war. We are degenerating per second per second. He talks carelessly. Akpabio is as daft as his principal who installed him, and they are both national embarrassments. We were supposed to be 1,000 miles who were supposed to be 1,000 miles away from leadership. See their brains. Akpabio has already stabbed his political career by his too many absurd utterances. It's only a matter of time he will go down. Guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. So my country people, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.